My name's Clarissa Winters. I'm 15 and I go to Bloomington High School South, and I've lived in Bloomington all my life.
I'm Bella Brown Sparks. I'm 16 and I've lived in Bloomington since I was 8.
Xantivia Calloway. I'm 17. I go to Bloomington High School North, and I've lived in Bloomington for 10 years now.
All right, my name is Jada Pete. I'm 17. I go to the Academy of Science and Entrepreneurship high school here in Bloomington, and I've lived here for about 10 years, I believe. Yes.
My name's Phoebe Powell. I am 16. I go to Bloomington High School North, and I've been in Bloomington all my life.
I'm Giuseppe Casana. I'm 15 years old. I go to Bloomington North High School, and I've lived in Bloomington for 15 years.
The first time I experienced racism in Bloomington was kindergarten. At my school, we were on the playground, and I was the only mixed or person of color in my kindergarten class. So we had recess like divided by your class, and I asked these girls if I could play with them because I didn't have any friends, and they said that I wasn't the right color, so I didn't have anybody to play with because I was the only one. So I kind of just played with myself.
My biggest moment was in 4th grade when I wanted to play a part for a play, but they didn't want to cast me, so they were thinking of casting a white girl for a black role, and they even thought of doing blackface on her, but I got the part because they were like, we can't do that, so.
I remember in 7th grade, there was a student, we were in science class, and I was known as like the jokester and cracking jokes with everyone. And I remember one time this one little white kid in the back of the class, he started laughing so hard, and he was like, you know, you're really funny. He was like, I don't really like your kind. I don't like people, like I don't like your kind and where you come from, but you're cool. I really like you.
I was in 2nd grade, and this one other girl and I had gotten into a very bad argument, and she was white, and what had happened is that we said some pretty nasty stuff, and then she's like, well, at least I'm not black. And I was just like, well, what do I respond to that? Should I say like, at least I'm not white, or I can't change that? She's like, yeah, because black people are so disgusting, how can you even deal with yourself? I'm like, am I just supposed to accept this and stand here, or do I fight back, or what do I do? So
My 3rd grade teacher would always call me a liar. Like if I was saying something that I did that was cool, she would say, don't make that up. Like I act. When I was little, I was in a movie, and she thought I was like pretending about it, like that I was lying. So I had to like bring in pictures to show that I wasn't really lying about that. That's something I did. Yeah.
So you had to prove yourself to
Yeah.
your own teacher as a child
Mm-hmm.
that you weren't lying.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I guess when I wear my natural hair to school, a lot of the teachers make me sit in the back because it's big, which is kind of weird because there's a lot of other, like, I can't really see that well. So, like, I still don't get to sit in the front. It's just based off how I wear my hair, I guess. Or, like, they don't even ask to, like, touch it. They just kind of go in like a petting zoo.
they always treated me a little bit differently. Like they didn't think that I was as smart as the other kids in my classroom, so they would put me in lower tests and lower groups.
Mr. Philbeck, introduced me to the African American read-in.
Stephen Philbeck at North. He sticks up for a lot of the foreign kids, the black kids, the kids who are being bullied for, like their race or their religion or nationality or anything like that. Some of my friends aren't sure where their boundaries lie, like which things they can say to me that I won't get offended by. And just because I don't really speak out or have a voice in most things, they do cross the lines at some point. And I'm not sure whether or not to stop them because they're my friend and my peers. And it's just, I don't want to make anyone else upset and be that person that like the angry black woman, as most people would say.
It's every birthday party I've kind of gone to with the group of friends I'm with. I've been the only black friend. I've been the only person there. I get asked all the different kind of questions when I'm there, and by their family as well. They're like, "Oh no, we're not racist, but we just want to know."
They say a lot of like weird racist things that I kind of just let slide because I think that they're my friends. But I do have like some woke white friends that are like, "Hey, no, that's wrong," and they tell the other people like, "Don't say that," even when I don't speak up about it. And like, I do have some black friends, but they kind of just let it go too because you don't want to, like, I guess you don't want to make it obvious that it's not okay to say that type of stuff because you'll just be overreacting, I guess.
I wanted to change everything about me, so I went and did cheerleading. I tried to hang out with more popular people who were looking for a black person in the group so they didn't seem racist. And I basically changed everything about me, and that didn't really go well because even they said some really sly stuff like, what did they say one time? They're like, "Oh, Phoebe, can you say something funny, like something black? Like, can you pretend like you're about to fight someone?" I'm like, "How do you say that?" Or they would be like, "Phoebe, you're black. Can you like twerk or something?"
What is the craziest thing someone has said to you regarding your race, or like the most racist thing someone has said to you?
Okay.
And if there's multiple experiences, you can say that.
Okay.
Like, you know.
I gotta list these off real quick. One time, this person grabbed my hands and she was just like, "I don't understand how it's half white and half black. It doesn't make any sense." Like, because she looked at my palms and saw that they were pale, and so she just really confused. She's like, "It should be all brown." I'm like, "No, it's not how it works."
When I played basketball for South, we played Avon, which is like a majority black school, and their whole team was black, and I'm the only black one on our team. So when we went to go shake hands after the end of the game, our student section stood up and said, "She's reunited with her sisters," and it was embarrassing because I guess.
The student section said that, so multiple people said that.
Yeah. There was like a chant. "She's home."
Was anything done about that, or
No.
One day I was like walking to class, and it was like these two like people from Unionville who had the hook on their baseball cap and the boots and stuff, and it was like, oh, it was also around the time when the Confederate flag was being worn and someone was like, "We're surrounded by niggers," and then I walked by and they're like that one there, and I was like, okay.
I remember in science class my freshman year, this hick or whatever said, "Hey, nigger, you why are you even in this class? Can you even like read?" I was just like, "I'm pretty sure I can read. I'm pretty sure that I'm able to be in this class and able to like do the same work as you." I've had plenty of experiences like that where people just like think that I'm so dumb or that I'm not worthy enough to be in the same room as them. And it's just really frustrating.
Nothing, really.
Really?
Nobody's really, like, I guess, confronted me about it. Because I'm more relaxed and everything. I try to keep to myself. But, like, whenever the white kids, like, do talk to me, they're just like, "Oh, yeah, you're pretty cool," and everything. But, like, they never, like, really mention race or anything like that.
Do you think part of the reason why you keep to yourself is to avoid those situations? Because maybe, like, you've seen that happen to other people, or is it just kind of like who you are?
Right, most definitely. Because like, in the morning, like, you'll see, like, all the groups of black freshmen and everything. You know, they're yelling, they're screaming in the hallways. And, like, somewhere, like, you'll hear, like, a group of white people like, "Oh, my gosh, they're so effing loud." And I'm just like, well, you guys act like you're not loud, so.
How do you think growing up as a black girl, so being black and female, differs from being a black boy in Bloomington?
I feel like you're held to more standards, I guess.
I feel like the black females are kind of like overlooked, or even like seen as like, well, to like some people are just like, oh yeah, you know, the loud, the ghetto, the ratchet black girls. It's more of a stereotype, and like the black guys, you know, they're cool, you know, they hang out with everybody, but like the girls just get kind of like shunned and pushed to the side.
Well, my experience, black boys are assumed that they're going to act out and be like, yeah, and black girls we're not exactly expected to act out necessarily, but we're basically supposed to be there, but not really. Like to like so. The what's that, like when children are meant to be seen but not heard? That's kind of how it is for black girls.
You should love how your hair looks. Like, you don't have to always try and hide it. Like, when I was younger, I used to hate my hair, and now I still kind of do. But it's gotten to a point where I accept it more, and that's great. During the summer, you can totally tan. I went tanning the other day, and it was great. You don't have to worry about getting darker. It's totally fine.
Remember that you have some black girl magic. You're powerful. You are wonderful.
Do you think the school system and Bloomington as a whole is doing enough to help black girls?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
I don't think they are. No, not with as many issues as I've had with the school system. No. If anything, they're probably not even doing anything. They're just, more students. They're not really like paying attention to us.
No. Because our curriculum is set on a white person's view of the world and doesn't really show. Like, a good example was in my social sciences class, we were talking about voting rights and and my teacher said, women got to vote even after slaves did, assuming that there weren't female slaves.